Hey guys, welcome to my video. All right, so we're going to do a crank no start. I would say a diagnosis and fix if you guys have this problem on a 2002 Ford F250 or F250s in general around these years. I know they tend to go from like a decade as far as these models concerned, but let's talk about crank no starts and you guys trying to figure out this problem. Obviously, I'm gonna just do this video on this problem. If you guys have looked into all the usual suspects, culprits as far as what could cause this problem. Obviously, it could be anything from the ECU being fried to a fuel issue, fuel pump relay, a weak battery, a bunch of different things. Fob key, a dead fob key, battery. What else? If you guys could list anything else that could cause this problem, definitely list it, because I think I went through pretty much all the things. Bad ground wire. What else? Crank no start. All right, a lot of different things that you guys could look into, but we're talking about something that you guys should look at if you guys went through all of those common things, and it's probably none of those things. Mass airflow sensor just came up my head. If you guys have a check engine light and it's the mass airflow sensor, obviously it's an easy thing to figure out. You guys can have the check engine light. If you guys get a code for something that could cause this problem, then crankshaft, camshaft, stuff like that, position sensors. All right, but this has got nothing to do with any of those stuff. You guys figure any of those stuff out, and I'm going to tell you guys a story. All right, I went to do this job. This guy had me go out there, told me that it was a fuel pump issue, and he went to a shop. The shop changed out his fuel pump, but then about a month later, he got the same issue come up, and I looked at everything. Everything seemed to be fine, and came across a video regarding these plugs. And these plugs are on the passenger side. You gotta take the cover off the little on the passenger side where the under where the I'm not quite sure what to call it, but you guys know what you're looking at as far as just. All right, these plugs right here, 1, 2, 3. Now the two plugs that you see that look the same, and I'm sorry if I'm not particular about these plugs, because I'm not quite sure where they go to, but I know that they have something to do with either the fuel pump or the ECU. And basically, when I came to this, when I took the cover off, I noticed that one of the plug was unplugged, or it wasn't plugged in all the way. It wasn't seated in all the way where it was locked in. And follow me on this, because this does have something to do with either your fuel pump, your ignition, or your ECU. You want to make sure that these plugs are plugged in. All right, you want to make sure that the wires are not they're not disconnected. You want to make sure that the wires are seated correctly in these plugs and that they're plugged in. Now, when I looked at these plugs, I noticed one thing when I was working on this guy's car. the guy paid a lot of money to change out the fuel pump on his truck. I think it was like $1,500, $2,000, and still had that issue. When I took off the cover, looked at the plug, it was kind of disconnected. There's no way that these plugs will disconnect on their own. There's no way. Somebody would have to go in and disconnect the plugs, or loosen it up to where it's not locked in. And if you guys have had your truck worked on recently, this is like one of the tricks that these scammy shops do to get you to go back into the shop and then tell you it's your fuel pump, it's this and that, and then charge you another $1,500, $2,000 or whatever. This is I believe that this is a common trick that a lot of these shops do to get you back into the shops so that they can rip you off. And it's very simple. Once you unplug one of these lines, you're gonna get a crank no start issue, or if it's loose, you might have your vehicle working for a couple of weeks and then you get this crank no start issue that come up. And it's just it's such a scammy thing that they do, but it's one of those things that is easy to pop back in, and then they'll charge you a fuel pump job where they gotta lower your fuel tank, which they probably didn't do, but they'll tell you that they did, and charge you $1,500 to $2,000 just by plugging in the wires, the plugs. So if you guys are having a crank no start issue, you guys looked into all the symptoms, definitely look into this. It'll probably save you $1,500, $2,000 of work that you probably didn't need to do in the first place. And I just came across this because on a job, figured out that this was what was causing the guy's problem. In any case, if you guys have a question, a comment, anything at all, definitely leave a comment in the comment section. Please subscribe, please give me a thumbs up. Appreciate your time, guys. Take care.